Hey guys, thanks for joining us for PIK Presents Live from the Dating Wars. Currently, it's not much of a dating wars as it's just myself and Anne, but hey, thanks for joining
Hey,
us. It's an exciting day.
there's a lot of live streams today.
There
People
are
are,
a lot of them.
there's a lot of stuff going. Oh, and Neil and Tabitha, they were on earlier too.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was doing worky job stuff, unfortunately. I couldn't watch it.
Lame.
I'll have to catch it later.
I was also
Um,
doing worky job stuff, but still
like
lame for
what?
both of us. Lame that we weren't
Right?
there for the moment.
I know. I know. Whatever. So,
And hail chat,
hey.
thank you for joining us. You could be watching CobraCast. You're not. You're with us. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Hey Morgan, I've missed you. It's good to see you. Um, and I see Texas Sheep Lady is asking about Proposition 1. Yes, I voted against Proposition 1. I don't, it has to do with like parental rights and keeping boys out of girls' locker rooms, and there's a lot of nonsense involved in it.
Mhm.
Um, but I remember being a child and my parents saying, hey, anytime there's a proposition on the ballot, the answer is no. So that's generally how I approach all of those anyway. I mean, I always look into them, but generally I'm set at no unless like I were to find something really fabulously important that needed to be done. But
Yeah, we had a couple of so first of all, we had a right now abortion is banned in our state, which okay, we are the state that once Roe versus Wade went through, we had an abortion ban already there. Also, there's no Planned Parenthoods in the state of South Dakota. Like we're already at that cultural point where it's I mean, I don't like maybe you could have gotten one at a hospital or something, but there's not like a location.
it wasn't
Um,
like here in New York where you can pop into wherever and be like, hey, what's up?
right, right. So we're already a very pro-life
Right.
state. So they did one of the things that we voted on is whether or not to allow abortion, which it was actually really nice. There was a couple of college students who were standing outside. You know, you have the polling place, and then like all the way out in the parking lot, like
Hmm.
because you're only supposed to be so far away. They're actually holding signs to say vote no on the abortion. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was yes.
Can we please bring South Dakota morals to the rest of the country?
Well,
Actually, you talking about that made me remember I forgot to take a screenshot of this quilt I saw, but I wanted to talk to you about it. So I'm sorry, carry on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're all good. Um, but yeah, so that was on the ballot, and a couple other crazy people were on the ballot. Uh, Dusty Johnson again, howdy doody. That's but that is okay. Our thing with our elected officials that it's like, okay, Dusty, you've been doing good for us, but you're on thin ice. You're on thin
We're
ice,
watching you.
Dusty.
Hmm.
I shove him in a
I don't
locker.
know.
He is so tiny. He is
I
a
don't think I
very
trust
small human.
anybody named Dusty. I mean,
He- and
if
he's
there's a Dusty in the chat, I apologize, but generally, I don't know. I had a cousin
okay.
named Cord. Like, I don't know. There are some things that shouldn't be names. They are things. Like,
Uh,
move along. So anyway.
no, another benefit of being South Dakota, where our politicians really are close enough where you can kick them. That I've seen him around a couple different places, State Fair, and I walked into a coffee shop one day and like, oh, it's like, why are there men wearing suits? Oh, one of them is my congressman. What? And anyways, he's a very
That's
small
funny.
man. Um, but there was more of a point. Oh, we did. There was one for putting a work requirement on Medicaid unless the person was disabled, which I was for that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. I live in New York. That would never happen. They would laugh in my face if I suggested it. So okay, yes.
Yeah, they wanted open primaries, which I'm very against. And all of the
Hmm.
advertising was like, oh, 200,000 people are disenfranchised of their votes. No, they're independent voters who are not running an independent primary. I don't want
Hmm.
people switching back and forth between Republican or Democrat. Then the other side can choose the other side's candidate. You don't want that. That's a mess.
No,
That's
no, I'm
Operation
not a fan of
Chaos.
that.
Um, yeah,
And
there was another one with the pipelines that are going through that they were going all like,
oh,
oh, we're gonna do a property owner's bill of rights. Like that's for the carbon pipeline, which I am against. Screw you.
hmm,
But yeah, there's a couple other stuff, and voting
that's
for
interesting. Yeah.
which is
And so Anne is a dinosaur, and she voted today.
yes, I did,
I
and
voted a week and a half ago.
my beautiful little voting precinct, which is entirely filled with little old ladies who will count my paper ballot that goes in the box.
Really?
Hmm.
I have a paper ballot, but it goes into a machine.
Nope.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if they count it by a machine, but it goes into a box. A machine may touch it at some point, but I don't know about
Mm-hmm.
that point. I know I
Okay.
got a sticker.
I had a sticker, but it was a week and a half ago, so mine is now gone.
They didn't even
One of my
hand me the
kids, I think,
sticker. There
has
was
it.
like some ripped up stickers ripped from the roll, just kind of sitting on top, like you could take one if you felt like it.
Hmm. I mean, I wore mine. We went and voted, and my two kids just kept their stickers that they were given because they wanted to save them. And my husband is too manly to wear his, so I was the only one that was going around with my sticker on after we went. So, but
I probably wouldn't be wearing it except, I'm on a show now and it's election day and it's
and
festive.
you're kind of important, so that's a thing.
Something.
So, so Anne was talking about abortion, and it made me remember this thing. I'm pretty sure Euphoria Net sent it to me, and she loves to send me stuff on Instagram, and I love it because a lot of it's funny, and then once in a while there'll be like something that's like important, and I'm like, oh, good, I'm glad you told me because I don't follow because of who I am. A lot of people don't like me to follow them, so I don't necessarily see things that are going on in the wider world. Um, but there is a map that somebody took the time to quilt, which is the United States. It's very well done, and it's a map of the US, and like in the middle of the country and then like all along the bottom it's all red because people who live in those areas have to travel 200 miles or more to get an abortion. And so I was looking at it and I'm like, oh, look at that strip right there, that's where Ann lives.
Exactly.
And then I'm in New York where it's light blue, and light blue is that you can travel 0 to 50 miles to get one. So we have them on demand apparently wherever you are, it's fine.
Woohoo.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, we actually have a very high birth rate, or as per country average, we have a above average birth rate in South Dakota. And
that's
it's not
cool.
just the Mexicans, but I mean that they count too.
Okay then. So I don't know. I was really feeling good today. I was really excited. I've been listening to Bongino and Megyn Kelly, and like when we get off of here, I don't know what my husband's doing, but we're gonna download the Rumble app on our TV and watch Bongino stream because that's what I want to do. And so I'm gonna tell him what. But I was feeling really good, and I was listening to Megyn Kelly today, and they were talking about um, she had a pollster on, and he was talking about how he thinks that it's going to swing to Trump, and he was talking about different things to look for. And then after we were just finished dinner, right before I came in here, we were watching One America News. And there's this guy on there. If you don't watch it, Pearson Sharp, he's amazing. He has these like deep dives into like he is great. He is very, very good. And he was talking about how they're going to steal the election. And now I'm just sad. And I was feeling really good. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I think there's a lot of good margins. Yeah. Hi Tara, by the way. But yeah, I saw, well, I just saw on Twitter because Adam says that he's been off social media. I have been on social media. I have been like, I'm sure people at work are like, excuse me, like, why are you looking at your phone? Because I'm like glued.
Yeah.
Um,
I No, I haven't been watching social media. I've been listening to podcasts. I've been listening to like everybody. I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. You can't make me.
I haven't. But yeah, I mean, I was watching like Tara says, D-Day Cobra. I was watching his last night. It's like this is the
I
last
don't know who
Trump
that is.
rally. Jeremy, he runs Geeks and Gamers.
Oh, okay.
So he's on with Friday Night Tights in that group. And
Hmm.
he's basically been live streaming anytime Trump has been on. There you
That's
go, the
cool.
Trumpinator. But yeah, so it's often if I'm just like, you know, hey Amy,
Well, you fixed the layout.
chips and queso.
Chips and queso 24.
That's literally what I'm eating, so I might mute myself.
Okay.
So you're going
Well,
crunch,
thanks
crunch,
for
I'm gonna
coming.
crunch for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out with my Trumpinator.
You Trumpinator.
I wish I had a spot to put him that he could sit like right here, but there's nothing here except air. So.
Oh, well. But anyways, because he streams whenever Trump is streaming, that I'll often
Hmm.
watch him instead of, Right Side or whoever else. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's the last Trump rally. It's like, okay, it was past 11 when Trump started talking. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I got work tomorrow. I got
I
things
know.
like in
That
spirit.
man is a machine.
In
That
spirit, I am with you. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, no, he is a machine. He is not. I don't know. Can we bottle whatever he's got going on? Holy moly, man. Um,
I know.
and
And
then I just saw this voter machine issues in Pennsylvania. Who's shocked? Great.
right, we're winning.
We're winning.
I think we're winning. I hope we're winning.
Um,
Georgia is looking very good.
Jackie asked if anybody's knitted any Trump gear. I have a Never Surrender hat that I made. I have a Fight, Fight, Fight hat. They were supposed to be up on my Patreon page for free. I don't know, this afternoon, but life happened. So they're going to be on right after the stream, or maybe I'll go get my computer and put them up while we're talking. But yeah. I didn't do much Trump knitting.
Can't really see him, but he's there.
Who? You're Trump? You're undesirable number one?
Yeah, you can't really. His nose is covered up by my sweater. That's a failure. But it's a pretty sweater. It was the wrong size. It's not the pattern's fault. It's a me problem.
Yeah. Somebody said that we're winning, so they're going to try to steal it. You know, the guy that I was listening to this afternoon, who was a pollster who was talking about what's going on, he was cautiously optimistic. He said that the Republican early voting numbers were good. He said that the mail-in ballot things shouldn't be so bad this year because there's just not as many of them, not like there was in COVID. And because Democrats were so scared of COVID, that's why the majority of them were there. It's like there was some stuff he was talking about that like I had never thought about, but it makes sense. But our friend in the suburbs was yelled at by a crazy neighbor because they have a Trump sign in their yard. Yeah, I don't know. I think Georgia. So the guy I was listening to was talking about the black voters not going out to early vote like they have in the past, and the fact that he's not sure that a ton of them are going to go to Trump, but he's also, from what they've been seeing, they're not going to go vote at all necessarily. So like it was just really interesting listening to this guy. I wish I could remember his name, but he was talking about why he thinks things might happen, and he thinks that by 6 a.m. we should know who the president is, but we'll see. Knock on wood. I'm hoping, and I'm hoping that nothing gets lit on fire once we find out who wins. So we'll see.
We'll
Do you
see.
think
We'll
that
see
we'll
how it
be
rolls.
able to enjoy the smell of tires burning like Mrs. Walls? Or
yeah, I'll smell it wafting over from Minnesota.
you're that close? Ish?
Yes.
I'm
on the eastern side of South Dakota. Yes, I'm pretty close.
I can never remember. Remember, all the states in the middle, they're square and they all look the same. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
all of you.
I'm sorry, everyone
okay,
who lives
so
there.
I'm sure I've told this story before, but I had a friend visit me from the state of Maine, and she grew up listening to Prairie Home Companion. So she
Mhm.
was all like, "Oh man, I didn't know." Like it was a stopover in Minneapolis before she came to Sioux Falls, and she's like, "Yeah, I was in Minnesota, and I didn't even think that you were so close to it because we all listen to Prairie Home Companion." And I'm like, "Okay, would you like us to drive into Minnesota? It is not far." It's like, okay, so we're going to go find a little small town in Minnesota so you can eat at the small town Minnesota cafe, and we'll like go to antique stores or whatever. And we did, and it was a great time. But I'm like, Minnesota, it's there.
It's right there. Like it's fine. I'm sorry.
It's
No.
good. Here it's a little town that's by a lake. It's just like every other little town that's by a lake, but exactly Prairie Home Companion. So she was happy. The waitress had a
That's cool.
really thick Minnesotan accent. It was perfect.
And what's a
I
Minnesotan
was
accent?
marginal. What?
What's a Minnesotan accent sound like?
Minnesotan?
But how would I know it if I heard it?
Surely you would.
Morgan wants me to come visit Wisconsin. There's a lot of places I would like to go
Yeah.
visit. And Morgan, if I ever end up out that way, I will tell you. But man,
No, the regional distinctions and accents between North Dakota, which is stronger, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, it's all in the same ballpark, but they are very different. Yeah,
okay,
Tara says it's kind of like a Canadian accent. Like
okay,
my governor has, very strong South Dakota accent. And it's South Dakota is a less strong accent for the region.
yeah. Because like I've talked to you and I've talked to Morgan, and neither of you have an accent per se. I
Mhm.
don't think that you really say anything weird. That's strange. Anyway, this is me and my ignorance about the middle of our country. Thank you for joining us.
Right, that is why the Midwestern accent is actually preferred among like if you're a teacher of English as a second language, people will they specifically like the Midwestern accent for a teacher.
And that is because
I don't know, it's pretty basic, I guess. As far as American accents go.
interesting. I feel like I don't have an accent. I
Huh?
don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, of course, yeah, as opposed to Southern or something else, but it's not anything
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, we all got a few things.
Mhm.
The whole soda pop, sneakers, gym shoes, trainer thing. Like, there's crap like that, but I don't think it's, you
Mhm.
know. Did you ever
Yeah.
see Drop Dead Gorgeous? I don't think so. You can tell I'm from New York? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you're making stuff up.
She's
Amy, can
back.
you tell I'm
I'm
from
done.
Can you tell I'm from New York when I talk?
Not really.
Okay. Tara says she can.
No. People always say the New Orleans accent sounds like New York, but slow down. So.
Yeah, you do talk kind of slow. Not in a mean way, but just so my first husband, his family lived in Alabama.
That's a
And
slow
so I
accent.
I went to Alabama. And as a person who had never been I mean, I'd been out of New York, but I'd never gone to the South. I wanted to kill people when they were talking. They were so slow. I was like, look, people,
I got
Yeah.
places to be.
I don't have.
I don't need to
I don't think
stand
I have
here.
the drawl, but I know other people do.
I mean, you have it some, but it's not as pronounced as some.
Like Alabama,
Paris.
Arkansas,
But
the
I was at the
Carolinas.
grocery store, and I swear to God, I just wanted to like rip the change out of the woman's hand because she was like talking, and I'm
Here
like,
you go, darling.
dude, I am here to visit family. I don't have time to stand here and talk to you for the next half hour because this is not what we do in New York. I was not a fan. Okay, everybody's saying I have an accent. I find that amazing.
I
I've
mean, I
never
hear it
thought
a
I
little
do.
bit, but not like not much.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I used to work in a summer camp in Wisconsin, and like I said, the distinction of very similar, but you can tell regional. And it was my brother and I talking back and forth, and it was one of the Wisconsinites looking at me like, "Yo, you guys really have an accent," and we're like, "What?
What are you talking about? That's
I don't
funny.
understand."
No, I just think you guys sound more proper than we do. You sound more
Like we're
dignified.
the Neil of because we're more north.
But he says his accent is trashy, according to British people. So
I'm
I don't
sorry,
know.
what?
Neil's accent is supposedly the lower class accent.
Yeah, that's what we've heard, but I don't know. He still sounds nice. He sounds much more proper than the rest of us. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, by the way, thinking of Neil and then thinking of because he is going to dress up like Santa for the Knit Night Christmas party,
Oh,
which
is he
is
for real? My kids were actually just asking if he had a Santa outfit. Honest to
well,
God.
Oh, he does.
I don't know how far the Santa outfit goes, but the Knit Night Christmas party is going to be December 6th, which is the first Friday of the month when they do their Friday switcheroo show.
Okay, cool.
So I sound like a Quaker. Is that good? I hope that's
I
good.
I don't
I
know if
don't know
that's
what
good
that
or
sounds
bad.
like.
I don't
So
Okay, everybody's saying I got New York. I don't know. I think y'all
There
are
you go.
crazy, but
I,
that's fine.
I feel like you have
Um,
you don't have like New York City accent.
that's what Tara was saying. It's
Yeah.
not like, I don't have the whole like.
Like I listen to Tina talk or Mikey talk, especially when they get
Mhm,
feisty, and it really comes
mhm.
out. So
But how funny. Um, I don't know how we got on this accent. Oh, because I was talking about Wisconsin and then the burning tires. Oh my God, it went all the way back to that. Oh gosh, it has. I was telling Ann beforehand, it has been a long day. I was noticing my face is all pink. It's super windy out. I was doing leaves. It's that time of year, all the leaves fell
hmm
down. The wind was blowing my face off.
Oh,
But
good times. I was at
so
work all
Amy,
day.
well, I was working too, but
Yeah.
I clean houses. Ooh, so this is what I was going to tell you guys. Actually, I don't know, but I was cleaning the house, right? It's a rental house, and sometimes they leave like food and drink in the fridge or whatever, and I have to take care of it. And I went, and there was an unopened bottle of champagne. So you think that's a good sign for Trump or what? I mean,
Hey.
I've cleaned this house for 14 years. We've never had champagne left there. So I don't know.
Sure.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm feeling like it was a good omen. Is that crazy?
I don't know. Even though I'm feeling hopeful, it's like any sort of portends. I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't really believe in like that kind of thing. I just, out of all of the days, and I've found alcohol and wine and ice cream sandwiches, and this
Yeah.
was the first time ever that it was like a bottle of champagne, and I'm like, an
Like
unopened
winner,
bottle of
winner,
champagne.
chicken dinner.
So I guess if I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning with my husband and they say yes, we're gonna call it, I'm gonna have champagne. That's what I know.
Go
So
ahead. Do
the
it.
hell. So
I know. I feel like we can't go to sleep, but at the same time, like we have to go to work tomorrow. So we need like
mhm.
Neil and them to get up at their normal time and watch so we can go to bed.
But if we're in bed, and they're watching, we still won't know what's happening.
Well, right, but somebody
I
needs to
mean,
witness. Somebody has to witness.
oh, okay, I get
That's
what
what I'm
you're
If
saying.
saying.
some Brit had to explain to me what happened in my own election, would I know what happened? I
I
don't know.
know. Just do the numbers suddenly change at 3 o'clock in the morning? Is my question.
Oh yeah. Does everybody stop counting for 2 hours and then all of a sudden they have that hockey stick? No hockey
Right.
sticks this year, people.
Exactly.
Right. Just one big Trump hair swoop.
At this point, let go and let God. So
Hmm.
that's all you can do.
Yeah, all day long, like it would just come into my brain, and then I would have to pray about it, and then I was like, all right, gotta keep on with like the leaves and this and that, and it's gonna happen,
Well,
whatever's gonna
as
happen.
Yep.
as I whipped in the chat yesterday. It's like, well, we all got to figure out if we're going to Mars or if we're having ice
Yep.
water soup for supper.
Yeah.
And
About the extent of it too,
the thing
unfortunately.
is that if we do have ice water soup, that means that we're just gonna have to go to Mars by ourselves. That's gonna be more difficult. There's gonna be a lot more obstacles in our way, but we still got to go to Mars. Okay. Or even if not Mars specifically, we're just going to have to be great on our own without the government, with the government actively trying to fight us on that.
Well,
We're
Papa
going to have to do
Elon,
it.
you know, you can do it. Papa Elon can do it.
That's
Well,
right.
I mean, if it goes that way and we're having ice water soup, I think that we're going to have other issues besides going to Mars, like Civil War and World War III. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Like they'll let us have ice.
Could I get ice cube like gumbo? Do I get some variety, or does it have to be soup?
Well,
I don't think you're going to be allowed to have ice. You live where it's hot. Anna and I'll get ice half the year because
That's
it's cold
true.
here.
We won't have any air conditioning.
we'll store it in
Everything
our
will be warm
basements
there.
like they did in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be out on the lake cutting the ice blocks off of it and hauling them back to my house. It'd be awesome.
Just for something to munch on.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be super duper.
It'll be
man, I don't know.
all right, one way or another.
I'll be there. You'll be there. Thanksgiving will still come round.
Yep. I did laugh at Carrie's post about what are we bringing to the Civil War to eat. The potato salad and she was like all carbs welcome. Who's making the mac
Yeah.
and cheese, you know.
We're gonna need our energy. I mean, come on.
I said I got the hooch. I'll bring the hooch.
Everybody remember that one of the most important things with the first Civil War, I say first now, was that that they had to learn some food safety stuff because a lot of people were getting the poops and it was very bad. And anyways, so remember to wash your hands and
Yep.
keep things at the correct temperatures and don't cook anything that looks rancid.
Thankfully we've learned not to wash things where the same place we wash our babies' cloth diapers. We've learned some stuff in the last, couple
We
hundred
have,
years.
and also I'd like to say for the powers that be that we're just teasing. This is all allegedly. This is nothing is
It's in
true.
Minecraft. It's in Minecraft.
Yeah, we're just having
with
some
your
fun
mannequin
here.
neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah. Just Minecraft.
As long as there's no raisins in that potato salad. I'm sorry. Who puts raisins in potato salad?
I think that's a joke about white people. I don't know that anyone actually does it.
I don't know white people.
That's a jailable offense.
Yeah.
I have never. Anne, this is your soulmate. I have canned cheese. I'm ready.
Exactly. This is when we're prepared.
Man.
And Miss Sheepy, I don't know if you were here back when we were doing it, but we were trying to explain to Neil what canned cheese was. They don't have canned cheese in England.
I'd say that's one of our top 5 Knitting Wars moments.
Yeah.
It was the first time that Horror Amarada was on with us, and I remember I had the can of spray cheese and a cracker, and like Neil's face. You've never seen someone more shocked.
He'd never seen such a horrible sight, and it was hilarious.
I know, and I kept eating them because I love some spray cheese.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an everyday thing, but I mean, on occasion, it's fine.
No, me and my bulldog, I buy spray cheese every year for my dog's birthday. It's very important that I get her some Ritz crackers and squeezy cheese.
He sent me a picture because remember he didn't understand we call whipped cream in the can like whipped cream, and so they call it squirty cream, and I was like, well, that's just embarrassing for you.
That's a terrible name.
He sent me a picture of the can called squirty cream. I'm like,
do you say that in front of your mother?
I was like, That's embarrassing for you,
That's
but
a
okay.
horrible name. What is wrong with these people?
He's not wrong. It does squirt, but still, there's lots of things that squirt that we don't call them squirty whatever. We
Right,
don't call
because
water
that would
hoses
be
squirty
weird.
I don't
hoses.
know of like I don't think you could just use the word squirty in
No,
American packaging
no,
anywhere. I
no.
don't care if it's like a yard sprinkler or anything. I
Right,
would no. It
right.
no.
No, absolutely not.
Squirty cream. And the fact that, I mean, it's not even squirty cheese, it's squirty cream. Like, could it get worse, really?
Oh, yeah. Right. Exactly.
Oh my god, you guys are hilarious. I have to
I
go make a
know.
pilgrimage to get the headache pills. I will come back in a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
If I disappear, it means my doorbell rang because somebody's supposed to be dropping off a car to my husband. So
Don't leave me.
he's not supposed to come till 6, so we'll see. Which is, now midnight. So,
Mhm.
Oh. I'm on to blanket number 2 for the babies, and I don't know if I'm digging the blue dark contrast. Maybe I leave the blue out of the girl blankets.
Not sure.
Maybe gray instead.
Oh, and also having consulted with DK about the gold, she says
Shut up,
it's
Amy. You
important.
don't stop trying to connive on the project.
She says that in order for it to count for gold, it should be like half gold,
Okay.
thereabouts.
I agree. I agree.
Or more than, 3 stripes.
Yeah.
So,
I gotcha. I think I'm gonna leave out the blue on this one and see how it looks. So, because the blue is just very harsh next to the.
hey. Okay.
Hello.
Their squirty cream goes with their spotted dick.
Yeah. Yeah, man, they've got some
Gross.
stuff. I'm like, mm-mm.
Somebody's asking what time is it for you. It is almost 7 o'clock at night here in New York.
It is an hour less than that here.
Yeah, in Louisiana and South Dakota, it is almost
5:41.
6 o'clock. Yep. Sounds like
5:41.
an anti-diarrheal remedy. What is happening in the chat? I was gone for 1 minute to get a headache pill.
Like, let me
And
tell
this,
you, British
what
names for
happened?
things sounds.
Okay.
Yeah, the Brits should not name things. I'm sorry. They just shouldn't.
No, it's like the digestive crackers. Everybody else
Yeah.
is like,
What is
oh
up with that?
yeah, it's like graham crackers. It's nice, it's pleasant, it's something you eat on the regular. And they're like, let's make it weird and medical.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
don't they help you crap? Like, isn't that a thing?
like,
Probably, but also it's
That's
like
why
it's
they're
like a
called
graham
digestives?
cracker.
but
That's
they
what it
call them like
tastes like.
digestive cookies, don't they? Don't they call them digestive cookies?
They might, but
I don't think they call anything cookies, do they? I thought they
No,
were
they do.
biscuits.
Oh, maybe it's biscuits. Maybe they say digestive biscuits. Where's our British people?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know anything, man. They're cookies. The sheepy. I don't
but they're
know.
really nice. But also,
But do they really make you go potty?
not that I've ever
I heard
noticed.
I heard something, dude, I was watching like a Instagram reel and I think somebody was looking at the packaging and it had something in it that made you poop.
Real.
Could be wrong. And as a side note, Anne, if you can tell me where you got me the jammy Dodger things that you sent me last year, that'd be super duper because my kids were asking about them because they tried to eat them all.
Yeah, I got them at World Market.
Oh, I don't have that. I'll have to look around.
I think they
it's
went out of
more
business.
but
Do you have Publix?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Those are south.
Oh.
I'll look around. Okay. Chocolate digestives are biscuits here in the UK. Okay, I don't know what's going on with cookies.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm talking about those either, but hey. I'm here for it.
Yeah, because remember we tried to explain to Neil about biscuits here, and he was very, very confused about biscuits here.
Oh, okay. So I got you now. I swear, I just left the room for a minute. I don't know what happened. Okay. So Tree says Wegmans might have them. I'll check. I never go to Wegmans. That's like the fancy store. Like,
Well,
it's
if you're
not.
wanting jammy Dodgers, you're not gonna get them on sale.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like World Market is kind of fancy, but then they're like, but it's like from abroad. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm a sucker. I will buy it all.
right. Yeah,
No, it's not like I expected to go into Aldi and find them. I'm just saying
yeah,
that I
no,
actually never shop at the store Wegmans because I could buy a gallon of milk for $3 at Aldi, or I could buy one for $5 at Wegmans, and I'd prefer to
yeah,
have $2 more. So
right.
that's the story. That's why I don't go there.
I too would like $2 more. Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
so I have made some purchases, but the
Purchases.
purchases are for prizes.
Oh, yeah, I know about these.
You got all
Anyway.
excited.
And you're like, what?
She's
Okay.
like, "Yay!"
I like
And-
when I know stuff.
I
Should
know.
I make you
And-
big?
Well, you don't have to, but it is
Oh yes,
Susan from Delightful Works bag.
her bags are
There-
great.
Oh, I
Oh,
made
I do.
myself big. Ah!
Oh man. Anyways, so yeah, it's her bag. It's so nice.
Pretty.
I have stuff in here. But yes, so one of these will go to each of our 3 winners. So yeah, I'll get some bags. I'll get some yarn from Chicken Lady, and I also got some from Holly. And I think DK is going to take my card away. So I will probably slow down. And
Ooh,
Yeah,
you know
we
what
gotta talk about that because we still haven't worked out the whole StreamYard thing yet, woman.
I
And
know.
you're buying all the prizes.
I know. I'm like, okay, I'll get prizes and I'll do stuff. And and I really have to slow down because there's like a lot of Star Trek stuff that I'm like, ooh, and I'm like, Anne, your prizes are good already. They're lovely prizes, and not necessarily everybody wants to get as nerdy as you do.
How many bags do you have?
I mean,
For giveaways, I have
Yeah.
3 of these bags because I have 3 prize drawings.
Well, that works fantastic because I'm pretty sure I still have my Space Boy and Spaceship stitch stoppers that haven't sold yet, and I'm pretty sure I have at least 3 sets.
Hey,
Cool.
that'd be
So I can
awesome.
send you those to put inside the bag in addition to the gift card,
That would be awesome.
because then it'll match, and Denise will be proud.
Yeah. Yeah. And also Susan
What
made
else?
this party special.
Oh,
And
what
I
is
was
it?
It's like a little matching zipped bag.
Oh, cute.
It's like, I'm so happy. Sorry.
Did you purchase one for yourself, or are these just prizes?
I purchased one for myself. You know.
I'm
As
aware. I just thought I would double check.
So anyways, yes. Because
Oh, Anne.
look, I love it. I love space. I think it's kind of weird that space is right wing now, but also, I'm for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited. Manifest Destiny Mars. That's what I say.
Oh, shit.
I don't want to go to Mars. I'd like to
No.
continue living here.
I don't
happily.
even like flying like across the country.
Yeah,
So
no.
No, I'm very pro going to Mars, but I'm not like we're going to go to Mars to save humanity because Earth is going to be destroyed. I'm not for that. I think we should just go to Mars for Mars's sake.
just because
Yeah.
Mars is lonely.
It's
Needs a
there.
little- needs a little
Let's
visit.
go. But anyways, so yeah.
And
And
so if you're watching and you don't know what the hell Anna's talking about, the
Yeah,
prizes
y'all
are
should
for
probably
our
explain
Star
that.
Trek knit along, knit long and prosper that we're doing November, December, and January. And there's a
Yes.
color of the month, and there are bingo cards, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, it's on my Instagram, DK's Instagram. I have a description on my blog, which is AnnPinkfit.com. Chicken Lady, Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. She has a little description thingy. And yeah, so we're playing bingo.
Nerd bingo.
Nerd bingo.
It is nerd bingo.
It is nerd knitting bingo.
Yep.
DK, did your eyes go? Okay.
No.
When she
no.
brought up the idea.
So this idea has been going on since maybe before Shark Week. Like Anne has been talking about it
Yeah.
for a long time.
Oh, I know she's got some percolating ideas in there.
And it was kind of one of those things where like we can talk about this, but like can we do the thing we have to do right now first? Like
Yeah, that's definitely a problem that I have where I'm like, okay. So I got this idea. We're going to do this thing. We're going to do this thing. I also have an idea all the way back here. Now, this far away idea, I'm mentioning it to you. We're not going to do it for a while, but I want to tell you that I like maybe have this little idea going on.
yeah.
But,
yeah.
Oh, and
no.
I also, speaking of far away ideas, it's like, yeah, we have this
God.
going on. It's like, I think I know what I want the theme for Shark Week next year to be.
Oh, cool.
I have like a logo idea in my head.
Good. Tell the logo person so that you're not asking her to do it at the last minute. How about that?
Yes.
I bet she'd love you for it.
I know. She's awesome, though. Our
she
Knit
is
Long
awesome.
and Prosper logo is so cool.
She's
Yeah.
the best.
I would share it, but I don't know how to do it on my phone. I'm sorry,
I
guys.
want to see my original drawing of the Knit Long and Prosper logo. Here, one second. This is some quality humor. But keep talking.
No, I was going to say something, but it's gone now. Oh, it's been a day.
Been a day, girl. You better buckle in. It's going to be a week, a month, a year.
Gonna be a 4 more years.
It's gonna be the Friends thing. If it hasn't been your week, you did your month or year.
Yeah. No, it's been good. Just busy. But we were talking about that, and I was oh, dude, guys, we're doing our trunk show, and we're a little sketchy on the date right now, but it looks like it's probably still going to be that Saturday. I think, Anne.
Yeah. See that? That's the original logo.
That's
what you sent her, and then she came out with the real thing.
God bless her.
That's awesome.
God bless her.
Exactly. I'm like, I was kind of thinking it'd be like, I also like verbally described it a bit, but yeah, that was as bad as my original logo was. And she's like, oh, look, there it is. I'm like, that is actually it exactly. You're amazing.
Mm-hmm. She is really good. We supply her with yarn for payment.
So, Anne, what do you think about the trunk show? Is it going to be
why is this feeling?
Is it going to be Saturday? It seemed like some of the guests couldn't come on Sunday.
Yeah, I think Saturday is probably the best.
So this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Anne has a commitment.
I do.
She won't be at it.
And by commitment, somebody died.
Right. I wasn't sure if you wanted to tell people. So
yeah.
Unfortunately.
So I have to go to a funeral that day.
Valid commitment.
Kind of important commitment.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I can't make it.
So we're gonna have a guest host with me to host the show. Who will be determined at some later time. And we're gonna have Chicken Lady and Polka Dot and possibly a video from Sweet Mountain Crafts because she's like traveling and busy. We're gonna have the Callius girls.
And I'm sure Polka Dot will say when she's on, but the Gooseberry Pie book that her husband did, it's restocked now, and it's absolutely adorable. It's the cutest dang book.
Very good.
Sorry.
So I'm just saying, we got the people coming. We got Chicken Lady. We got all the stuff. So it'll be fun. It will miss Anne, which will be super lame.
I know, especially since we have a couple new people coming in on the trunk show. It's like, I haven't talked to you. That'd be great. So,
you just need like a cutout of Anne's face to be like,
yeah,
like put it behind you, DK,
flat,
like behind your shoulder.
Flat Anne. Just have her.
Flat Anne. Yeah.
I know. Just
I'll work on that.
Just print her
Alright.
face and put on a little stick and just tuck it behind you, and then there you go. So,
That'd be funny. When you did that, a thumbs down came up on your screen. I have no idea what that was about.
it did that last night.
I don't know. Huh.
A
I
friend of
noticed that
mine,
as
when
well.
I video call her, it'll sometimes have little stuff pop
I
up.
noticed that last night. I did like this, and it like did something on the screen because I talk with my hands all the time, and a
No,
little
you
thumb
don't.
went on my screen, and I was like, "Why did it
What
do
in the
that?
what?
Did anybody else see that, or was that the wine?" But I saw it, and I
Was
was
that the
like,
wine?
and it was a little thumbs
Oh.
up, and it went across my face, and I was like, "Okay,
Yeah, I know. It was a thumbs down, and then it just went
I guess
away. It
because
was weird.
that's weird.
Cool. So
We could do the next. What if it'll do that?
no, we were all doing it. It didn't do anything. Is it supposed to be together or?
Apart.
The middle's apart.
Yeah, I knew that, but I wasn't sure about this one. I
No,
thought it was
yeah, your
together.
thumbs up. Yeah.
Which is
Some
also
people can't
funny
do that.
because
Like they really have a hard time doing that.
I know my father, when I was a child, would have me do like that to make sure that I have all that dexterity.
Wow.
Of course
So-
you would.
I don't have that dexterity.
It's
mean,
important
maybe.
if you do the Mr.
You
Spock
did
thing.
it,
Also, it's how I knit though. If you notice that
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I guess I can do it, except my pinky doesn't really want to. But okay.
Well, I did sign language, so I can't play the piano for anything, but I did sign language, so I could do that. So.
Yeah. Selfish Knitter says that Anne could draw her own face for the
Yes,
cutout.
the skills that I use.
That is true.
Oh my god, that would be
is
so
true.
funny. Stick figure of Anne hanging out with me. So
That would be awesome.
I don't know, man.
I've got to pay attention. Pay attention.
What are you making?
Oh, another baby blanket. I messed up my count on that one. I'm trying to decide if the blue is too harsh. I think it'll
Like
be
what
okay.
color? Is that like an off-white?
It's the cream with this sparkle, Selena, and the
Oh, okay.
gold.
Okay.
So the blue, I would only do like blue, like one, and then like 4 other rounds, then blue. So the blue is much less,
Right.
dramatic. So
Mm-hmm.
it's one boy. I did this one last night. This is the boy one,
Oh, I like that.
So pretty.
but it's triplets. So I'm trying to match the theme for their nurturing. So
Oh, look
Which
at you
is-
go.
which is moon, stars, and stuff. Fun. So
Mm-hmm.
trying to be matchy.
Mm-hmm.
Trying anyway.
I see.
Yeah, and
So-
I am
Mhm.
sorry, I'm knitting a gift, so I don't want to show it too distinctly.
Distinctly.
It's a secret, and I'm
It's
not
a
knitting
secret.
anything.
It's a secret.
2 weeks ago, I finished my Trump bleeding face fight cross stitch,
Yeah.
and when that was done, I immediately went into making a sweater for a baby shower that was on Saturday, and I haven't knit since then. I like there's a lot of things I should make, and there's a lot of stuff I want to make, but I'm kind of like I haven't had the time to like decide what I'm going to start with, and so I haven't made anything.
Mhm.
All the deadlines got me, and I had to take a break. But
Fair enough.
It's fine.
hey, Shauna,
I know.
thanks for
Hey,
popping
Shauna.
in.
Mhm. Shauna finished her shawl. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
haven't seen
gorgeous.
it.
It's
Well,
I
really
assume that if I went into chat, I would know, but I don't. So, so Anna and I were going to talk about. I mean, we all talked about how I sound like a New Yorker, and then there's some other bullshit happening here in New York.
some very
Um,
important news from the state of New York.
Have you heard about Peanut the squirrel?
And Fred the
Okay.
raccoon. Don't forget
Fred
Fred.
the raccoon. I know everybody is forgetting Fred because
And that's just like with COVID. They forgot all the grandfathers. We only cared about the grandmothers that died. We don't want to kill grandma. We only care that they killed Peanut. We don't care about the raccoon.
well, in
Poor
the
Fred
sense
with his
of
little cup
Peanut,
of whipped cream. Okay.
that
What
was
was
like
the
the only
raccoon's-
video I've seen of him though.
What was the raccoon's name?
Fred.
Fred.
Oh, Fred. Okay.
Fred's raccoon.
So they're killing the squirrel. They already did kill the squirrel.
Killing
Um,
pets.
They
so
got to
I
change
was
that song now. They're killing the cats. They're killing the dogs. They're killing the squirrels.
oh, I get it.
They should
Good
change the
thing
song.
Amy's here, so I know what the heck is happening. So, but I was talking to Anne about it. Like, everybody's in an uproar about it. And I mean, it is pretty ridiculous. The New York State DEC, which is the Department of Environmental Conservation, took 10 officers and raided the home for 5 hours looking for.
Kicked him out of his house. He had to stand outside. Couldn't like feed the other animals that he
Right.
owned or anything like
Mhm.
that. And again, out of his own house for 5 hours, and then they
Right.
did this whole like will or will not deport you kind of thing about it.
Well, and like, I'm sorry, but they had to kill the raccoon that had lived with him for. I
Well,
mean,
that's
the
the
squirrel
thing. Is like,
that had
how
lived
is
with him
it?
for 7 years.
How
It
is it
didn't have
2020?
rabies.
How is it 2024 and we don't have a better way to check for rabies other than killing the animal?
It's like,
But
oh, we have to kill it. Otherwise, we won't know if it has rabies. I'm like, I don't know. Look.
it lived with the dude for 7 years. Don't you think somebody would have gotten rabies if he had rabies?
But didn't he have, like,
I
I heard
mean,
he had a whole rescue thing, so he had paperwork and stuff. They just didn't bother to check.
I
Yeah,
heard that he didn't have the proper paperwork to have it in New York because everything we do here is regulated and paperworked. So
Yeah.
that's
I heard
probably
he was
part of
in
it.
the process of getting a license, but also this is America, and I respect the right of anybody to own a squirrel, and this is
Well,
stupid.
I did see
Well,
that the person that reported it, like, supposedly she also sold elderberry medicine on the side herself, elderberry syrup.
oh yeah, she
And
get shut down too.
I don't know.
Well, I
I
hope so.
heard somebody shared that from Twitter. I don't remember who, but
Mhm.
because, like, here you can do that, no big deal. I'm guessing in New York you can't. So
Of course not, dude. If it can be regulated and monitored, they're going to do it. Unless the person is actually causing harm or trouble to their neighbors. I have been talking to the DEC because we have somebody who runs a diesel truck for sometimes up to an hour at a time. You can't have your windows open. It's against their regulations. Do you think they've come out to do anything about it?
nope.
No, because heaven forbid that they actually worry about the stuff. I've had neighbors be like, "Oh, your kids don't play outside all that much." Yeah, because when you have a diesel truck with black smoke coming out of it, I'm not letting my kids play outside in the yard.
Yeah.
Like, what the Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, well, they only like people who will come quietly, basically.
Right.
Like,
Right.
oh, so you have enough money to send 10 people after a man's squirrel,
Right.
but you will have light sentences for repeat offenders. You know, if
Right.
somebody pushes someone in front of a train tracks, we're like,
Right.
wow.
Yeah. No, I know that we can't do anything about the election. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. They're going to cheat if they're going to cheat. Like, I get all of that.
Right.
But on the other hand, especially as a person that lives in fucking New York State, I have just seen it go down the shitter the past 4 years. And I don't know what's going to happen. And my husband and I are like, should we move if she wins and stuff? But I don't think that there's any point. Like, I don't know. It's all going to be a crap hole. It's all going to be, everything in your Walgreens and your CVS is locked up because everybody's stealing it and you can't walk on the streets and you can't go to parks. And so anyway.
Hey, Batsy.
I really hope that, I would hope that if I called the DEC because somebody is actually polluting, which is what they're supposed to be doing, they would deal with it. But no, we're too busy worrying about a fucking pet squirrel.
We can't get clean water in cities, and they're going to go after a squirrel,
Mm-hmm. It's just ridiculous. So that won't matter. Move where to another country. You can't go anywhere else. This is it. As Reagan said, this is the last place. Once this is done, we're all screwed.
Yep.
I mean, those weren't his exact words, but that was the sentiment. I'm pretty sure he didn't ever say that we're all screwed, but maybe
if you got enough money, you could go somewhere like the Bahamas or something like that. But that takes a lot of money, and
And also,
You can technically go to like Bahamas and maybe a couple other ones, and as long as you come back to the U.S. like once every 6 months, you can maintain your residency.
Hmm.
But as my friend said, who knows that because that's what they wanted to do, she's like, but if she wins and it goes the way it goes, nobody's going to buy my house,
Hmm. No,
and
we're all fucked.
the economy's going
And
to tank and they can't
also,
sell my house.
genuinely, if things are so screwed up and she does win, it's like, okay, but this doesn't I'm gonna be here, you're gonna be there. We're gonna have to all figure this out. And
We're all going to have to converge in South Dakota at the big faces with our supplies and munitions. Oh wait, no, we don't want to be in the middle of the state of the country. That's bad. You guys need to
yeah,
come
we are
here.
very landlocked, and also, who says I want all y'all?
If we gotta fight, we all need a
specifically,
meeting place.
but
Look,
if
man,
it's hitting the fan, we need a meeting place, Ann.
no, I'm getting on a boat and getting out of here.
Where are you going?
Wherever the boat captain's going.
Look at you got thumbs up again.
Huh?
You had a thumbs up again.
there you
How
go.
is it doing that?
Amy's like the pirate life for me.
Yeah.
See, even YouTube says that's right. Get on a boat and go.
Yeah, get out of here, would you?
If people can get on a boat and come here, then you can get on a boat and leave.
The problem is there's no place to go. So I saw one of Klaus Schwab's advisors yesterday. I saw a statement from them saying that if Trump wins, that it is going to be the end of the one world government.
Well, what
and
a
I was
shame.
like, well, could you
already
give me
voted
another
for
good
him.
reason? Yeah, like I wish I could vote again now
Stop
because
selling
that's a
me
good
on the
reason.
guy.
Yep. Meet at Costco to stock up first. Well, we need to know which. We need to
Yeah.
know which Costco we're meeting at. Like if
Right.
if we're setting up a meeting place, guys, it has to be somewhere. Like Ann lives by the big faces.
Right.
I live 7.5 hours away from the big faces.
Look, I
You know
gotta
what I
say, look, I'm all for you South Dakota peoples and the conservatives everywhere, but we are highly locked and loaded down here. So I'm just saying, the South shall rise again.
You got the hurricanes though. Like they're pretty invasive when it comes
And
to
they will
this
rebuild.
We'll be okay.
All right, so Amy lives near New Orleans at the top of the lake. Like there's a lake, and I think she lives like here. So I guess that's where we're gonna head. If so, I'm gonna say because she's gone. If you haven't stocked up by now, it's too late. I don't even know if I want to watch the election on TV.
But do you have enough hot chocolate? That's the real question.
You know, one of my kids actually told me that we're almost out of hot chocolate, and I have no milk.
See,
I guess we're in trouble here.
reading your mind.
Mhm.
Need more hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Hurricanes, whatever. We have parties and smoke brisket. All right. So, like I said, Amy lives near this lake that is apparently in Louisiana, and we're all going to head there when the shit hits the fan. Meet at Dark 30, friends. All right.
Synchronized watches.
Hey, they're saying it's not good to arrive in Louisiana with New York plates. I'm a good person. Come to the Florida Panhandle. I don't know. Isn't it near where Amy is? Isn't that all the same down there?
A couple of streets over.
Wait, what?
I really need to do geography with my kids so that I can brush up on all this stuff.
Like a little, those electoral maps? Maybe.
Get one out tonight.
So I know that there's the Panhandle in Alabama, but aren't you on the other side, or is there another state?
Louisiana is the L. Then there's Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Which
who remembers that one?
Well, because the Weather Channel likes to call it
Mississippi is just right out.
Weather Channel likes to call it the landmass between Alabama and Louisiana. Seriously,
for real?
For real, they have done that before. So Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida.
Okay.
So
that's
there
close.
is a
I
tiny.
forgot about Mississippi.
Yeah, Mississippi and Alabama, Florida. All that's the Gulf Coast. So.
Apparently, I'm gonna get Selfishness says that they're buying me a map for
A
Christmas.
globe.
I have a globe. It's downstairs in our schoolroom. We just
So
so like
when I was a wee small homeschool child, my mother would sell Regency gowns on eBay, and everywhere she sold one, she had a big map of America, and I had to put a little star where each one went to. Maybe you can do something similar.
Yes.
no,
Yes.
so what I've discovered is like all of the stuff that I knew once upon a time when I was young and learned it is coming back to me now that I'm homeschooling my kids. Like I've never been better at math in my whole life than I am right now. And I'm certain that once we start going through the states, the same thing will happen. We just haven't gotten to that unit yet. It'll be
Gotcha.
fine.
I mean, I can't
But
rattle them all off myself or point. I mean, I can pretty much fill out the map, but it does
I
get
think if
it gets hazy in the middle. It
I
does.
think if I had a map, I would be better. But trying to like sit here and talk to you guys and read the chat and remember I can't do that.
It
Come
used to
on.
be that the National Geographic that you could get maps with it if you subscribed.
You should play Geo. Get the Geo Guesser for the kids.
I don't know
There's
what
a
that is.
free. There's a website. It's a website. It's a game, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
free version. I mean, you don't have to pay for it, and it puts you on Google Maps, and then you have to figure out where you are.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
that
put you
sounds
on a
fun.
random street corner and
Random
you have
street
to.
anywhere. It's actually pretty fun,
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll check it out.
but it puts you all
Um,
over the world, not just America. So Godspeed.
I was
It
doing
will.
a
It will never
Sporkle
put you
quiz
in North.
today.
It'll never put you in North Korea. So you can assure that.
Well, that's cool.
Check that.
I was playing Sporkle though. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like a quiz thing. You can earn
Yeah.
badges. They have all different get questions about all different things. And I was doing politics, and then I got into some like where did these events happen? And then I like so they gave you an event which like about, but then you have to find the country, and that was challenging for me, and it made me decide that I should be better at these things. So I'll work on it. Well, it's like the States, everything gets hazy. Like I know
It
like Germany,
does.
France, Poland, like they're all there together, but I don't know, it's kind of a blob. And then there's some that change names or used to change names, and so now I don't know what they are. So
Fair enough.
anyway, I'm
Look,
not that dumb, I swear.
my kid, and then look, it's not just adults. Because when we were homeschooling, and there was another game that wasn't GeoGuessr, but you had to actually like kind of like Tetris, but you had to pull all the states and countries into their map.
Hmm.
So it did the whole world, and at one point Harrison could do them all, and he even did like all of the countries of Africa, which
Wow.
that's a lot of countries
Hmm.
with weird shapes and weird long names and a gazillion of them. And he could do all of that. He did the whole world, but he could do all of Africa, and yet like 8 years old. And now, if I asked him where stuff is, he's like, I don't know.
Hmm.
He should have played Total
Yeah.
War to keep his skills up.
He still remembers the
What a-
flags. He's pretty good at the flags and the money and
Wow, that's
coins.
crazy.
He's pretty good at the coins.
Hmm.
Like if you ever watch
Yeah.
that game, the game show that Florida comes on with Rob Lowe hosts it, it's pretty handy.
No.
Some of the contestants are super woke, but it'll have stuff like that. That count is not right. What is happening here? And so there'll be like a category, say states, and you and somebody else goes against each other, and basically they'll show you a picture of whatever it is, and you have to guess it. And all this happens within like 45 seconds or 30 seconds,
Hmm.
something like that. So if you don't know it and you pass, you lose like a few seconds. And it's more about the pressure than it is about knowing the subject. But some of these subjects that people are like experts in are crazy. So like last week, the constellations popped up. My husband knew like every one of the flipping constellations. I'm just
Hmm.
like, how do you I'm like, it's like maybe one day I can go on there and just do like fiber arts just so I
Yeah,
can meet Rob Lowe.
that'd be fun.
I just want to meet Rob
Um,
Lowe and stare
no,
at
I've
him the
never
whole
heard of
time.
this game ever.
It
I
comes
don't
on like
watch TV though.
Fox. It's a new show. This is the second year. It comes on Fox, and it's like Wednesday nights, and it's I mean, yes, some of the contestants are pink haired, clearly strange, but nothing of the content is
Hmm.
nothing that kids can't watch.
Hmm. That's interesting. No,
It's actually pretty
I
decent for a game show.
I can't tell you the last show I watched, honestly.
That's pretty much it. The last new show. That's pretty much it for me.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Well, I just finished the original series of Star Trek, so
Yay! So what happens
thing
then?
is that the first season of Next Gen is like there's a marked difference between the first season and the rest of it.
Yeah.
Like everyone had like the wimpy collars, they didn't have the
Yeah.
stand-up collars, and also like personalities and stuff. They solidified later.
Yeah.
Anyways, first season you get Riker saying stuff like, you know, we no longer have the enslavement of animals for our food. Like, shut up. But that's Star Trek, though. Next week will be great. Sometimes you're just like, buddy.
I have definitely been watching older TV. I've been watching Murder, She Wrote because of Tabitha's, make along, so.
Mm-hmm.
And to prove Neil wrong, because he was like, this is garbage. I'm like, no, it's not. And I hadn't watched it since I was a kid. And I was like, Neil, you're wrong. It's perfectly wholesome and cheesy and predictable. And you know what's going to happen. And it's great.
No, I honestly cannot. The only show I've watched in the past months is Clarkson's Farm. I mean, besides news and things like that, kid shows they don't count. You know what I mean?
Right.
Carson's Farm is awesome. So
No, I've never watched that.
It's fun. We have 2 episodes left, and we kind of haven't watched them because then it's over until the new season comes out, and so it's kind of like we're just chilling.
Oh, so you saw the pigs then?
I like the pigs. I was very sad about the pigs. There was a lot of drama with them. It was upsetting.
It was.
And my husband just kept saying, they need a farrowing cage. They need a I'm like, I don't know what that is, but yes. Maybe they do. No,
I pretty much,
know.
if it's not true crime, documentary stuff, I watch that one game show and everything else is old stuff or football. That's pretty much it. So
the newest season of Bake Off is out. I've been watching that.
I've never watched that either.
It's
not a one.
It is so delightful. It's so good. And as far as cooking shows go, I mean, it's a baking show technically. It is definitely my favorite.
I never wasn't big into the cooking shows. It just wasn't my jam.
Well, and part of it is too, is that like with the American cooking shows, it's everybody against each other. And with the Great British Baking Show, it is very much they're playing against a high standard. And yes, the person who's lowest in that standard gets not voted off, like a judge judges them and they're off every week. But it's against objective standards as opposed to just trying to screw the other guy up.
Gotcha.
I like that. And everyone's very, supportive and nice. And even though sometimes you can tell when they're like, oh, so sorry, have to go. And sometimes they're like really hugging and crying. And sometimes they're like, But like, that's not a part of the drama. That's not a,
You know what I am going to watch, though? You saying that made me remember. The Harry Potter baking thing is going to be...
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, on...
I feel like I heard about that. Is it on Food Network or?
On Food Network, the Phelps twins, who are the Weasley brothers, Fred and George, are hosting this competition, and there's bakers in it. And because my family is kind of into the whole Harry Potter thing, we've been waiting for it to come out since we saw the preview like 6 months ago.
That does sound good.
I
would watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can get it in America, but I'm not sure where. You know how you get the bottles of butterbeer that you can buy, and they're like actually official brand whoever. There is a steamed butterbeer pudding that it's like soft in the middle, not like pudding, American pudding, like a baked steamed pudding, and you cut it, and it's like one of those lava cupcakes where it has
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm a sucker for marketing, though.
Yes. Yes.
I made
and
butterbeer.
They also like British desserts, so it's a double whammy for me.
I went to Books A Million the other day for like the first time in forever, and because it's a dangerous place for me to go. And of course, at the checkout, there was like all the little things, So they had a bunch of like Harry Potter, which I was surprised. I'm like, I thought we canceled her. Harry Potter like butterbeer candies and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, no, I don't need that. I'm just here for books. I don't need that.
Yeah. I love Books a Million. We don't have them here. So when I go visit my father-in-law in Florida, I always
Mm-hmm.
try to go because there's like good stuff for the kids' school. I got this
Mm-hmm.
book.
Do you have the discount?
No,
You can turn in your get your homeschool letter thingy, whatever you get from the state, and you get a teacher discount.
really?
Yeah,
Nice.
because you can
Well,
order
I only
online.
usually really.
Booksamillion.com is online,
I
and you
like
get
I
an
like going in the store, but I
I
could look
know, I know,
there.
but if you're not there, you can get a teacher
Yeah.
discount, and you think
Well,
it's
that's
like
good to know.
20% or 15% or something like that. You just gotta show them
Okay.
whatever your homeschool letter is, or whatever
Mhm.
proof you have from the state.
Mhm. Um, but yeah, I've gotten some
Sorry,
really good
sidebar.
like doodling books and stuff. I got one that was this huge book and it had the kids like put on plays and make menus and like it was just something that was really cool and I probably could have gotten it off of Amazon, but I liked it that it wasn't Amazon and that I went into
Hmm.
this place and got a physical thing and left and you know,
Mhm.
um yeah, it
Yeah,
was
they
cool.
suckered me into the membership this year because I used to get the membership every year because we used to go way more.
Mhm.
But and then so I had bought a good amount of stuff, including this like expensive Bible. And so she's like, "Well, with this purchase, you get your membership for like $4 for the year." I'm like, "Okay, I mean, if it's only $4 versus $25, sure, go
Mhm.
ahead, give it to me." Because then you get like
Right.
what 15% off or something like that with a membership or whatnot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, every year they're like, because like I go in there like once a year. They're like, "Hey,
Yeah,
get a membership," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I live in New York," and they're like, "Oh,
yeah.
never mind."
Well, now you know you can get the
Uh-huh.
discount and
All
shop
right,
online.
I'll look.
Shoot, be using
But
that. You can get homeschool discounts like all kinds of places.
there are some places, but that's just not one I've ever thought of.
Yeah,
So, and I get a lot of my books through Thrift Books, and I have the
me
homeschool
too.
discount there.
Yeah, they
So
have one too.
I think every fifth book I buy is free or something.
Yeah,
So it's a
I
pretty good
love me
deal.
some thrift books.
Yeah.
I brought the books home from Books a Million, and I had got an order from Thrift Books, and I brought it to my bookshelf, and I like stood there with the stack of books, and I was like, I legitimately don't have any room for the books.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like,
So
I must hide them before my husband sees them.
okay, so the other night, this prime election covers everybody. So the other night,
Oh yeah, there's an Alexa.
I decided that I absolutely must reorganize my house right now. You know, when you have to,
Oh,
sometimes
Yeah,
you
geez.
have to.
hmm, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
That was me this
spent,
Sunday.
yeah.
So,
So I spent a lot of time switching that couch around and I moved the whole thing by myself, no help. And I'm like moving stuff and stacks of things and everything. And it didn't fit.
Mhm.
So it all had to
Don't
go
you
back.
hate
At
that?
least I vacuumed. And also that couch leaves a heck of a mark on the wall. So like
oh,
when it
aw.
when I'm moving it, we're out. We're gone. We're done.
Yeah.
Gonna have to get
I
the Mr. Clean sponge for that one.
I
Yeah.
got some tips for cleaning walls if you need help.
Hey,
I
I
just
got
did it the other day. I cleaned a house on a move out. Um, dude, the Gain, Mr. Clean with Gain, it's like a kitchen spray, and it instead of like squirt, 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 you push the button, and it kind of like squirts for a long time.
Ooh.
That stuff, it's like $6. It's worth the money.
Mm.
Me as
nice.
a house cleaner, I find that I don't scrub nearly as much as I often do, so it's worth it. Just
That's
my
kind of like
random
that.
sidebar about that.
The Dawn Power Scrub. I'm sure it's a
Hmm.
totally gimmicky thing, but it does seem to work.
Hmm.
Like you spray it on your dirtiest stuff, you let it sit. It's way easier to wipe it out.
Yeah,
So
I'd
and
like
and
to
I
take
think
this
that this.
opportunity to say we're sponsored by Comet. Comet,
if Magic
use liberally
Eraser would
over.
like to hook us up, I'm pretty sure we could
Ugh,
always
I
use
I would.
Magic Eraser, color catchers. Just saying,
yes, yes.
Hmm. But
Sincerely, Comet is my favorite thing because I'm a
really,
1950s housewife. Yeah, like get that bleach powder on it. It actually comes clean. It's
that is
amazing.
all my dad would ever let my mom use. He's like, and all he ever uses. And I think the same can of Comet just it. I don't think it ever got empty. I think it just regenerated, and you never bought another one because it always looked exactly the same.
hmm
And I swear that thing would last
There,
forever. And I'm like, do
There's
you clean with
been a
anything
couple
else?
times in my life where I'm like, this is greasy. This never comment. It was amazing. I once had a really, really nasty bathtub in a rental. Commented that crap. Amazing. It sparkled. It was the best.
Well, no, you're making me think I need to go buy some because there's a house I clean where the tub is just super old, and I wonder if
Oh
that
yeah,
would help lift some of it. So,
probably wear gloves,
Probably.
but yeah.
oh, I always
I
wear,
still
dude, and I clean other
smell it.
people's toilets. I wear gloves all the time, like
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
I'm not grossed
True.
out by my people, but also that's not my house, so I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some like if you got some like sincere grease, some cooked
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
serious grease, comment. It's
Okay,
amazing. Sponsor
good to
me.
know.
And it has a smell. It has a definite clean smell.
Hmm. Someone in the chat says that they're starting to call states Kentucky for Trump. I don't know what it says. Act Harris. I don't know which state that's supposed to be. Yeah, Indiana Trump. I mean, I'm gonna watch it when we're done, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
I'm gonna wait a
early.
little bit. You know, it's only
Aw.
6:30 here, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's 7:30 here, which
So,
means that they just closed.
right.
Miss Harmeet Dillon,
Hmm.
conservative lawyer, knitter extraordinaire, she's in Arizona and she's making
Mm.
hats.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
she's been having a few hats on the needles because she's been traveling a lot. She
Mhm.
usually makes sweaters, and depending on how things go, at some point we may be lucky enough to talk to her.
Well, she
She was going to, but she had a lot of things happening.
and she had a
So
couple deaths in the family.
deaths, her
So yeah.
husband and her father passed. So, and
Mm.
then with all the Trump stuff, she's just been super
Mm.
busy. But maybe it'll work out someday. Oh,
Mm.
and in the future, we're also having the lady who puts on the co-crafting democracy exhibits, which is going to be
Oh,
super fun.
fun.
I'm excited to talk about stuff with her.
Mhm.
Next week, I'm going to go to the opening. So, bomb threat in 5 Georgia counties, polling closed. Wow,
Ooh.
that's bad. Yeah. And Tara says it would be epic if we could get her meet on because it would be amazing. And I
Yeah,
know she's like super smart and like super political and stuff. And I just want to talk to her about her knitting. Like I wouldn't mind talking politics with her too, but it's kind of like Bongino had Trump on and he didn't want to talk to him about all of the things that everybody always asks Trump about. I want to know about her knitting. I want to know about like when she started and why she does it. And
yeah,
that's
and
all I
also like okay, she posts knitting stuff on social media, and the amount of like straight up ignorant statements she gets is incredible. And I mean, fair enough, not everyone knits, not everyone crafts, they don't know what
hmm
she's doing, but it's like, oh, so you're crocheting, and no, like, oh, you should do tutorials. She is a high-end lawyer. She has better things. Go Google, go on YouTube. We're currently on YouTube. Go there for your knitting tutorials. You don't need to ask the lawyer for her knitting tutorials, okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's like a relaxing thing. I don't know that it's
Yeah.
necessarily I want to teach people how to do this kind of
No,
thing.
she's great. She's highly technical. She's incredibly talented, but also it's like don't ask. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Adria says, I'm making all my Christmas gifts this year, getting the family ready for rock soup if Kamala wins. I mean, hey, Amy, you asked if you could have variations on the ice cube soup.
True.
There you go. You may
There
also
you
have
go.
You
rock
may
soup.
also
I
have it
made
with
rocks too.
rocks.
That's true. I have that. We have lots and lots of rocks. I could do that.
Hmm. So,
I mean, it is unfortunate because we are, I am surrounded by water, but I don't eat most of the things that come out of our water. So
yeah,
that's kind of
I
unfortunate for me. Like, I can't
in
even
in a
naturally
bind though.
scavenge it.
Yeah, I'm like allergic to shellfish. But I could eat fish. I live on a lake. I could eat fish. I just don't like fish. But I assume
Not
that if that's what I have to eat, all of a sudden I'm going to enjoy it much more. So, you know. It's gonna be super duper.
hmm Fantastic. We'll get matching outfits for the gulag. It'll be fine.
Woohoo. Whether
Yeah,
we
but my
want to
kids
or
are so
not,
small. I don't
unfortunately.
want them.
Whether we want to or not, it will be matching.
Yeah, I'd like my kids to not grow up with that shit happening.
Have faith. I am not scared. I'm just making jokes. Trust me. We have a
Mhm.
long way to go before it's the end. So,
Mhm.
long way to go.
Yeah, I'm in a knitting group, and I'm probably the youngest person by 30 years in this group. And there's one lady that is constantly posting things about like, oh, the end is near. This prophet guy says,
Yeah,
and I'm
no.
like, dude, don't you remember the verse that says nobody knows the time?
Yeah.
So if they're saying what time it is, I would say that's wrong.
I would say
Like
that's wrong,
just
yes.
And
just
also,
off
look,
the bat.
there's a lot of people who want to be really clever with listening to people about prophecies and not really clever when it comes to the basics like prayer and
Yeah.
faith
Right.
and all of these things.
Yeah.
No, none of that. That's just
Yeah.
boring. That's just what the plebes know. I only get into the deep
Yes.
prophecy and
Yeah.
I have the secret interpretation. It's like, no,
No,
it's like,
thanks, I'm
look,
good.
the prophecy is there, the prophecy will come, but it's like you're not gonna get it unless you
Right.
know with the rest of it. So don't
Yeah.
be that guy.
Yeah. No, I know. But it makes me crazy because I want to be like, dude, don't you? But anyway, this bear independent. Fear not. What you're afraid of is what you worship. So fear not. There you go, friends.
Yep.
Good words of wisdom.
We've read to the end of the book. We win. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you've read to the end of the book.
No,
If not,
you
you
know
might
what
want to
it
pick
is?
up the book. I highly suggest picking up the book.
A lot of people thought the world was coming to an end when Constantinople fell, and that was 500 years ago.
Right.
That was
Exactly.
Tara. Selfish Nerd says Y2K. True, and I get that. My thing is, as a parent, I want my kids to
Yes.
like have a childhood
Yes.
and grow up, and I worry so much about that. It's not that I haven't read to the end of the book, Amy. I know,
Right.
but I want them to have a nice, happy.
Understandable.
But then it also says, "For I have made you for such a time as this." So then I can't say shit because that's the deal. This is when they're supposed to be.
Yep.
It just stresses me out. Maybe I should go open that champagne.
Matthew 6, 34. It's my favorite scripture. Read that every night before bed, okay? Make you
Okay.
feel better.
Okay. You can tell me what it says now or no? Put you on
Do
the
you not have a
spot?
Bible handy? Look it up. It's essentially do not worry about tomorrow, for the troubles of tomorrow
Oh.
will take care of themselves. So
Hey!
Hey,
Thanks
thanks
for
for
the
the
super
buy.
chat. That's super excellent.
hey, how wide
And
did y'all stitch like a shower? Oh,
they went to
We
100.
went to 100.
yeah, 100 stitches.
Yep.
So I don't think I have
Oh,
one handy.
when you were timing,
Oh,
unless you, yeah, we did the half blanket handicap and the blankets went to 100. But for our normal times challenge, we just knit on whatever. So it must be for the half blanket handicap. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
how wide they were? I don't really remember how that wide they were, but they were all pretty standard.
Do you want me to get my blanket? I can show you guys.
Yeah, mine's in the other room.
yes, we did. We started with 3 stitches, increased 1 every row and garter to 100, knit a couple rows plain, and then decreased 1 row back into 3.
The giant washcloth.
Yeah.
Matthew 6:4? Is that what you said?
634.
34. Okay, because I was going to say 6'4" doesn't make any sense, Amy.
Miss Sheepy says, so always have
It's-
cheese because you never know. Exactly. And it's one of the horrible things is that cream cheese doesn't freeze well. It's very difficult to preserve.
That is true.
It's bad. Velveeta.
Okay, ready?
Forever.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So do not worry or be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will have worries and anxieties of its own. Sufficient for each day is its own trouble. I think this is a King James version. This was my grandma's Bible. Look at it. It's the covers are duct tape, and it's just
Oh,
falling apart, but
oh,
it it was my grandma's, and
those are
it's
the
got
best.
so much writing, and yeah. And I like it because that's the duct tape that she picked, and she painted everything like ridiculous colors. Everything was like purple and teal and
That's
nonsense.
awesome.
So there you go.
There you go. That's my favorite verse
Mhm.
because I tend to be a panicker because I like to worst case scenario think and I like to think it
So
through and then I'm okay with it. But at the same time, God's like, "Would you chill? I got it."
yeah. So when I was a kid, every night because I was like scared of the dark and stuff, I would recite, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but power and love and of a sound mind because I had to remind myself that I had power and I wasn't fearful and I mean I was, but it took years. It worked out in the end. It's fine. But I got kids that scared of everything, so now I'm trying to make them remember that verse too, because
Mhm.
you all need stuff in your arsenal for
Yep,
you know. Oh, here's a
absolutely.
good one too. Be still and know that I am
Yep,
God.
yep.
So there you
Ooh.
go.
Someone just texted me that Georgia is up to 32 bomb threats.
What the
What?
heck?
Allegedly. Again, I'm not seeing a live source. They were apparently prepared for that and had officers posted at every location. Wild. Anyways, crap's going down, peeps.
That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
Because she was going to lose Georgia?
I don't know. Where's Stacey Abrams? And does she have a burner phone? That's my question.
I was going to say, why does it matter what Stacey Abrams is? She's not anything. There you go. I got you now.
Speaking of phones, did you see the video of Kamala supposedly calling voters?
Oh yeah, she's talking to her voter, and then she like puts it, and her phone is on camera. It's not
It's
on
on
the.
camera. Like she holds it up like, "Oh, listen, guys," and it shows the camera.
I mean, is anybody surprised that everything that she has done
No.
is astroturf? It's all fake.
Yeah.
Super fake.
Here,
Super fake.
look it. Be not afraid is in the Bible
Yep.
365 times. That means it's
Yep.
in there once for every single day of the year.
Yep. Yep.
All right, you guys got me. Thanks for the reminders, friends. No. Stuff didn't bother me until I had kids.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
Like Obama was president and I was pregnant and I was like having a nervous breakdown and my mother's like, "Please turn off the news. Please stop. You can't do anything by watching it, so just turn it
Right.
off." I'm like,
Right.
"Okay. Okay, thank you."
Yeah. That is the hard part. Like my mother-in-law is like super, super, super anxious, and she's very conspiracy theorist and like
Mhm.
legitimate conspiracy theorist. Not how we're all conspiracy theorists, and
Not like normal conspiracy
right, not
theories like
normal
ours, but
conspiracy
like
theory, but
the
like
the
really,
out
really,
there
really,
ones.
really, really out there conspiracy theorists.
Okay.
So she
Got ya.
has to tell my husband and the boys like all the time, all these things, and no, 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 no. And my husband's like, "Mom, okay, even if I agree with you, what am I going to do about it? There's nothing I can do about the stuff you're telling me. You're saying it's a huge global
Right.
overall thing that we have zero control over, and they're doing these things to us, and we have no say, and nothing's going to happen, and we have no free will. Da, 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 da. What am I going to do about it?
Right.
I still have to get up and go to work tomorrow and pay my mortgage and cut the grass and watch football. And I mean, nothing you're telling me is, I can't do anything about it.
And
So
it's a
putting
lot
it
of
in your head,
correlation too. It's a
you
lot
know,
of you can't do nothing, roll over and die. And like I mean, everyone goes back to World War II, but being, demoralized was a big part of the war. So if you're looking at this and you're like, "Oh, well, we're screwed." Okay, we're screwed, but also we will have to work to a positive solution even if we're screwed.
right, but the
Okay?
things she's talking
No,
about
no,
are
no.
not
No,
things that have
I
tangible,
I
things
totally
you can
agree with that.
do,
But it's like if it's like, "Oh,
Right.
well, let's not just do anything, we'll just die." It's like You
No,
first.
yeah, no.
I think Amy's
But-
talking about like the world is run by lizard people.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
even if that's the case,
Yeah.
we can't change that.
The
So,
wall and all past Antarctica and all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
oh, my husband thinks that there's a hole in Antarctica where
But
the aliens come out of or something.
I mean, the greatest thing you can
Something.
do to fight back is to raise your family and eat good
I
food
know.
and
I
learn a
know.
trade.
Mhm.
And, you
Yep.
know,
Yes.
It's like you start with what is right in front of you and then you
Right.
move out.
right.
Mhm.
Knit, people, knit. Crochet.
Take care of your little people. Get your little family
yes,
right here.
your
Take
little
care of them.
bubble. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Grow
Mhm.
things, plant things, read things, and just, it'll be okay. It'll be
It
okay.
will. I hope. So anyway,
Also, I'm gonna be really disappointed if we don't go to Mars. I'm just saying.
and I'm gonna go with we're not gonna make it to Mars while you're alive.
Why ever not?
Yeah.
I thought it took like light years to get there.
No,
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
no.
not like
I
No,
don't
it.
but
know
it's
about
just
this stuff.
it's extremely not habitable. So
Well, and
No,
isn't it far? Like how? Oh wait, no. Okay, I'm wrong.
Far.
Before anybody tells me
define
that
far.
I'm wrong, I know that light years was wrong. I'm back. So how long did it take for the rover to get there? Would be the question.
I'm not sure. I don't have that off the top of my head.
Short
but
enough
it's not
that
unreasonable.
yeah,
Okay.
short enough that in Anne's lifetime it's gone there and still there and doing its thing. So
Okay.
and you know, so
Okay.
if it was that far, it wouldn't happen in her lifetime. So
Okay. True story. So they might send something there in your lifetime, but I don't think people will be going there to like live. Yeah. Just saying.
Why
all
not?
I gotta say is I don't want to go there because when a few years ago they said they found water on Mars, I watched a Doctor Who episode and I'm sorry, I'm not signing up for that. So
Yeah, that was
I
a
don't.
freaky one.
that
I
was
don't
a
know what that
freaky
means.
one, and water was coming out of people's
Yeah, the
skin,
people's
and
like
no,
faces were
no,
dripping and
yeah,
you were
no,
getting affected by the water.
no.
What the hell do you people
Doctor
watch?
freaked out.
Doctor
It was
Who.
a big I thought you were gonna say Total
What?
Recall. That's like, I'm sorry, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh no, I'm talking about the Doctor Who episode. Now, granted, if David Tennant would pick me up, we'd go to Mars. I'd be more, interested. But no, that episode was really
I don't
freaky.
know who he is, and I know I should, but I still don't.
The best Doctor,
Hmm.
the 10th Doctor, who has a new show out. I have not remember what it's called now, but Denise sent it to me. I think it's on Prime. So I might check that show
Speaking
out.
of Prime, I got an email today telling me that I could watch Brian Williams on Prime if I felt like it, do the election.
All right.
And I was trying to think of things that I would enjoy less than
Thanks,
that, and
but
there aren't
no.
many.
I appreciate the invite, but no.
Yeah, I'm all set,
I
thank
think I'll be
you.
washing my hair actually. I'm sorry.
Washing my hair.
Actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna when we're done with this, I'm gonna go wash my hair, take a bath, do my face thing, sit in front of the TV, and see what happens.
Mhm.
And crochet.
I think I should probably find something to knit on because I have a feeling I'm going to be up. Indiana,
I saw
Kentucky, and South Carolina for Trump so far.
Hey, hey.
Hey, the South shall
Those
rise
aren't-
again.
None of those are surprises, though, right?
I
No.
don't think so.
I think we knew all those were happening. So,
No.
Yeah, well.
did you just say the South shall rise again?
I was making a joke.
The hell?
That was going back to my statement of the whole, like, in the apocalypse kind of thing. We have way more guns and resources down here, and we'll just eat anything. So I'm pretty sure, and it doesn't freeze, so we'll be okay. We don't need to. You can sweat.
I mean,
I'm not
everybody will
a fan.
boil to death.
I'll die,
Yeah.
but
I mean, where
Oh.
I live, we kind of have a Russian invasion situation where it's like, yeah, we're planes. So, like roads don't really matter if you have tanks, planes over us, you can dive bomb, whatever. But winter, man, winter sucks.
yeah,
So you're gonna retrench a little bit then.
yeah. So you can survive summer without air conditioning. It sucks, but you can. So
Well, Amy, you missed it. at about 7:05 when you were gone, I
Uh-huh.
made the new meeting place the lake above New Orleans because you live there. And so we're all going to go there, and that's what's going to happen.
For
Okay,
as
okay.
long as the ice machine for the margaritas lasts.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we can't drink our water here because it's brackish, so we're in trouble.
Oh, that
So
sucks.
bring water
Okay, new plan.
because the
What the
Mississippi
hell?
River is disgusting, and Lake Pontchartrain is a mix of the Mississippi River and salt water, so can't drink that water.
Why do you live there?
Because I was
You you
born here. I did not
you've got
consent
awful
to be
water,
involved.
you've got the
And
weather,
plenty
you've
of
got
food.
they do have
But
the
we
good
have the
food.
food, you know, and we can drink
But I'm
alcohol
just
anywhere
saying.
and everywhere. There's alcohol at my grocery store, you know. That so
Yeah, we're not allowed we're only allowed to buy beer at the grocery store,
no.
not alcohol.
Why
So
do you think everybody's fat and drunk down here? Because there's nothing else to do.
you're all inside in your air conditioning and you're
Yeah. Or you're outside sweating, and you're hot, so you're drinking. So you know.
oh, Texas Sheep Lady has a water distiller. We're back in business. We're meeting at
All
Amy's
right.
Lake.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
I still don't know exactly where it is, but it's okay.
technically speaking, we do have water around here. You just have to go a little further. We have an actual Abita, a town called Abita Springs, which if you ever had Abita root beer or Abita beer, that is where it's from. And there is an actual still spring that you can go and actually get water out of. If you really want to bring a
Cool.
jug up to, you can actually go get it. So we actually do have deep enough water that's away from the sea level. Though it does
Good.
exist. And Kentwood. I don't know, does people have Kentwood water? That's here too. That's where Britney Spears is from. So
That doesn't mean anything to me, but cool.
so we have actual springs. Like you can dig deep enough to get correct water here.
Mhm.
So it's just the immediately readily available water is not so much for the drinking. So
Mhm. The best culture and food and drive-through adult beverages. I mean, I would be a fan of drive-through adult beverages, but how does that work? Because I don't know what it's like in other states, but like you can't have like is it in some sort of sealed something? Because
yeah, yeah, you can't just like pop a straw in it. But
okay.
it's like you literally go through McDonald's and get your cup. So
Mhm.
you go through the drive-through and you get a cup of daiquiri and they hand you a straw.
Is it sealed or something though?
No, not most of the places. It's just the top on top. It looks like this, like a styrofoam cup with the top on. And you just can't put the straw in.
So, first off, we're not allowed to have styrofoam here in New York, so that's number one.
Oh my
And
God.
then number two,
You
you
commie. Commie.
and I still tell people the story about I took Anne to the grocery store because she needed some things when she came to
Thanks.
visit me, and she gave the person her stuff, and then they just handed it back to her, and Anne was looking at him like, "What the hell?" Because we don't have bags here.
Bag. Lady. Gonna
Yeah,
carry
you
my
can
stuff
also
out.
you can also are you allowed to have plastic? Because we also can buy them by the gallon, so they're like in milk jugs, like your
I
milk
mean, we have
jugs.
milk jugs and stuff, but we don't have plastic bags
So you can buy
anymore.
it by the half gallon, or you can buy it by the gallon, and it's literally a milk jug. And that they do seal for the most part with the fancy little seal, just like your milk
Hmm.
is. But
Yeah.
then other places do it kind of like it looks like a tote bag with a spigot on it.
Ooh. So it's like fancy bottled,
It
bagged
depends on the
wine
DAC. It depends on
kind
the
of thing.
daiquiri
I
shop.
gotta
Yeah.
say, America is the best country in the world. Even though in New
I'm
York there's
thinking,
styrofoam bans.
I'm thinking I need to go somewhere else. Although I'm definitely not going to Oregon because they can't even have straws. We're still allowed to have those,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like somebody gave us the paper straws and you're drinking and they
Oh,
like
they're awful.
disintegrate. It's so
Yeah.
gross. And then
So
I went
gross.
somewhere where they had like these big noodles that were straws and that was also disgusting. Like what
Yeah.
is wrong
I
with
gotta
people?
say, Mickey D's still wins the straw game as far as beverages go. Best straws ever. Went to Wendy's the other day for like their Krabby Patty because I'm a child, and they're like, "Oh, here, have a pineapple frosty." I'm like, "That's fantastic." I'm like, "It's a weird thin straw." I'm like, "What am I supposed to do with this? Give myself a headache? What?"
Oh, and I
They're
That's
like,
will say
funny.
when you buy the gallon of daiquiri, they'll ask you how many styrofoam cups and straws do you want with it. So they'll give you a whole stack of styrofoam cups. So because you're obviously probably not drinking it all by yourself, but if you are, they're not judging. But presumably you're going to a party. So you need to disperse this daiquiri. So they give you the styrofoam cups and the straw.
That's amazing. So look at this.
I have a picture somewhere in
This
my photos. I will send
okay.
it to you.
This is horrible. No plasticware. If you're having counter service, you have to bring your own fork from home. So what? You just have a set of silverware in your purse? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, let
That's
me bring my
ridiculous.
fork with me. It's gonna rattle around in the bottom with like the
Although
receipts and the spare gravel.
although for a while, because we kept forgetting to bring silverware to co-op, I did have like 3 spoons in my purse, but that was
You
That's
can also
different.
play the spoons if there's a
That's
lull in the
different.
conversation.
But yeah, no,
Yeah, no, that's weird. Yeah.
the silverware thing is pretty ridiculous. So
Yeah,
that
that
means
is weird.
that
Needs to
Hoko
get
will
it.
be telling us to do that soon. Right after she tells us that we're anti-American garbage people again. So she's my favorite governor ever.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, no,
I
we're
hate these
fairly
people.
wasteful down here. We're pretty wasteful down here. Although I will say we make progress in um eco stuff because, as a matter of fact, where I work, we're doing the plumbing for a project, and it's called Glass Half Full. And the reason these 2 college kids came up with this business is because they were college kids, and they noticed the amount of glass bottles getting thrown in recycling every day in where they lived. Because around here you dump the it's like of all the glass, like because people drink so much, so they figured out a way to turn glass bottles. I think it's mostly sand. It's kind of like because sand makes glass, and they're turning it back into sand. So it's like this beautiful circle of life thing,
Mhm.
and they sell it for different purposes, like decorative sand and art and this and that. But I think they actually do other things and take the sand and send it to places that need fill, kind of thing. So it's a handy little company called Glass Half Full by these 2 college kids who created it. It's down here, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
So we do try.
I mean, glass is terribly recyclable.
Yeah,
And no BPAs. So
exactly.
I mean, that's cool. And if people were doing more of that and less of driving their private jets around with telling us what we're doing
Exactly.
wrong,
Yes.
it would be much
Yes.
better.
That'd be fine. Yes.
Because my husband and I have conversations all the time. Like, we're not anti-environmental stuff. Like,
Right. No.
I think we
Absolutely
should
not.
be good stewards and take care of our things and
Yes.
whatever. But also, the people that are telling us what to do are,
Mm-hmm.
in their 4 million square foot mansion that has like,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are ridiculous.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm with you. Like I'm all about reuse, recycle, and all that stuff, and take care of what God gave us. But also, sometimes you just need to do what you got to do, and then don't
Mhm.
lecture me from your plane, Taylor Swift, when you fly all over, just cause
Yeah,
to go see your boyfriend play football. I mean, just
that chick. I didn't dislike her
haha.
as much as
Teresa
I.
mentioned Taylor Swift. Ha 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 ha.
What?
Therese has a game of like how many times people can mention Taylor Swift. She's like, stop it.
I used to like her, but now I don't know.
She's like, can I go one day without hearing about Taylor Swift? Like, no, you can't. You cannot. The overlords have deemed it so. So
yeah.
Mhm. Maybe she's a lizard person, allegedly.
Not even a cool lizard person.
What?
Not even a cool lizard person, says the girl who's been watching Star Trek straight for weeks.
I don't
We
know.
need better quality lizard people, okay? I'm just saying.
I'd like a word with the lizard people management. Like, I'm not satisfied with my lizard people selection. So,
Exactly. The lizard people are not sending their best.
no, really not. Oy. Well, I have to go soon because I don't hear sounds of dinner in there, so I don't know what's happening. So,
We're gonna do our thing soon. Ah!
what's our thing soon?
We're gonna do our going.
Oh, I was
to
like,
watch
what?
It's like,
the.
actually, we're going to bring in this mariachi band. So if you want to figure out,
What's the thing?
We didn't
like,
want you here for it, Amy. We weren't telling you. No,
I mean, I'll come here
I'm
more
gonna
often if I'm promised things, you know.
I'm gonna hide in
Oh,
my room when we're done and eat these
I love
away from my
M&Ms.
children. They're peanut butter.
I love M&Ms. I love peanut butter M&Ms.
I don't know.
I did not eat
I
all
was
my
getting all
chips and
stressed out,
cheese.
so I decided to eat some.
That's fine.
Where's Neil, by the way? Neil streamed all morning with Tabitha,
Right. Yeah.
and it's like
that
3
would,
a.m. at his house. No,
yeah,
it's
that's
like
on the
12.
Blogged Magazine channel. Should be.
Yeah.
If you
Mhm.
want to go check out the replay,
I will go check out the replay and watch that.
I will also, but after election coverage.
Not
Yes.
today.
because-
That's a
Yeah.
tomorrow thing.
Okay, cool. So Amy's gonna go make dinner. I'm gonna hide in my closet and eat M&Ms. What are you gonna do, Anne?
I'm going to watch election coverage and keep knitting on my hat.
I'm gonna watch
Cool.
election coverage.
I gotta
First,
figure
I'm
out what
gonna
I'm gonna knit.
I'm gonna get cozy.
Yeah, I
You
totally
need
have
to
my
knit
sweats
something on your bingo board
That's right.
I have a bingo board,
for the knit long and prosper.
Yeah.
but I'm not allowed to do anything.
But you can do it for fun.
You can play along at
It's
home.
team building.
Exactly. We're such good buddies because we're doing team building.
And one of them is make something small so you can make a baby hat for me. So there you go.
Oh, want to see something?
Yes.
I know you
Always.
do. See this? This tote bag?
Yes.
This is all stuff for you.
Yay!
Yay!
I was cleaning my room and I found a whole bunch of stuff that I had made that had
Oh.
gotten,
Oh.
under things and behind things. And
Awesome.
I also have a stack of things. So about what
Yay.
time do you want them?
Whenever.
Okay.
you know what I could do?
Whenever.
The blanket from the Half Blanket Handicap, I got enough yarn to make a hat. Maybe I'll do that
there you
tonight
go.
if I remember where I put it.
There you go. And I will pick a winner for the make along, I promise. Last chance, people, fill out the form that is in my Instagram on Two Sisters and Some Yarn. Last chance. Last chance, people.
Shelly, the bingo cards are on mine and Anne's Instagram page. They are on chickenlady.com, chickenladyfiberarts.com. There's a page with it on there, and they're also on annepinkava.com.
You could probably post
And
them on the YouTubes too, right? Under your community tab.
I don't know how to use my community tab, but I'll look. And I'm also going to put them on my Patreon, so if you follow me over there, they'll be there too. I guess
You
I'll
can make a
do some
post.
computer work.
On community, you can make a post just like you can on Facebook and Instagram. And
Awesome.
Stuff. So
Texas Sheep Lady says to be careful of your gauge when watching the election
yeah,
coverage.
don't stress and
No knitting with hate.
Nope. We're only
So
putting out love. Maybe it'll make a heart shape. Will it make a heart shape if you do it?
probably not.
It does the thumbs up. It did it!
Amazing.
We live in a wonderful land of technology.
It won't do it again. You do it again.
It probably has
told 'em.
cooldown time.
Oh. Did you see it, DK?
I saw
I
it.
did.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I was
Well,
being sarcastic. I didn't think it would really do that. Maybe because I have a newer iPhone. Maybe that's it.
somebody in the comments said that their kid's phone does it, so
Oh.
it must be a thing now.
That's disturbing and also cool.
Because I need my phone to do more stuff and
I
spy
know.
on me
I don't need
harder.
my phone to do
Thank
more
you.
things. That's good.
Mhm.
Because I got a 15. So that's new and fancy to me. So
You must be using an Apple device. That's what my
I
Billy
am.
Crochet
But
said.
I've always had Apple and it's never done that before. So
Meh. Oh, sorry.
He never
That's
has a
cool.
second cup of coffee at home.
What?
From Airplane. Sorry.
Oh,
I can't tell you the last time I saw that movie.
I know. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
It's a good one though.
I'm gonna need a baby hat and do computer work.
I wonder
hate
if
doing
it'll do the
computer work.
weird. How do the weird Gen Xers do it?
I don't know. She says hold up the peace sign.
Peace signs this way. You're just flipping us off,
Oh
actually.
no, that's
We're like,
that's V and that's in sign language.
I don't know what you're
No.
doing now.
That
I
I'm
don't
a
know
looks
little
what's
obscene.
happening.
That looks obscene. I can't do it how the Gen Xers, the Z people do it. However, what are they
It's
called?
you put your fingers up and you just use your pointer fingers.
There it goes.
I did it again.
Oh, fancy pants. Yeah, I don't know how they do
I
it.
like the Koreans.
It's stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
What is that?
It keeps doing it. Did it again. Wonder what happens if you flip it off.
2 thumbs down will give you rain, but you need to hold them steady.
2 thumbs down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what a
Wow.
wonderful modern world we live in.
I'm a little scared.
I think
What
it's
makes
kind of
sun-
funny that we're all this like riveted by the whole thing.
What makes sunshine then? That's not fair if it just makes rain.
Amy's dead.
This is the best day ever. I learned all kinds of new stuff.
How funny.
Just writing Amy in her journal tonight. I learned the coolest new thing about my iPhone. This is amazing. Best day ever. Oh, also there was an election.
That's a new thing on when I got this phone. It was like, because you know how there's always stupid apps you don't want. There's a journaling app, and I'm like, yes, I think I'll tell the overseeing robot who already knows too much all my deepest, darkest thoughts.
Yeah. I
You
think
know, rather
I
than
don't
write them
know which
down.
is the more pertinent warning, 1984 or Chamber of Secrets, in
Right.
which,
I don't know what
like,
this does.
don't trust anything if you can't tell where it keeps its brain.
Does this do anything?
I don't know what's it supposed to be.
I don't know. I'm just holding up random shapes now.
Watch out with those.
We didn't get the peace sign to work, so.
Who needs a trip to Mars when you have a new iPhone with new cool stuff on it?
There
Well,
should be a
as
fish
fun-
one.
Dude,
Should
hold
be a
up
fish
just one peace sign, really. Yeah.
Makes the
Apparently it
balloons.
just does it. Okay.
Because we can't have peace. Apparently balloons mean peace.
Whatever. All right. So, don't
Things
forget
we've learned
to,
today.
check out Amy. She sometimes podcasts with her sister.
Every
at
now and then.
two sisters and some yarn. Anna and I do PIK every other Tuesday and every
Excuse me.
weekend. Usually Saturday, but not always. It depends on my internet. Dude, I went to upload the video this past weekend. My computer was like, there's no internet. My entire
Oh.
house was running on the internet. Could my computer find it? No, it could not.
No. Yeah.
Because I live in New York. So, yeah. So, follow us, like, give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Do the thing. We'll
All
be
the good
back.
stuffs.
We're
Yeah.
gonna go watch other people's election stuff now because I don't know about the two of you, but I needed a little bit of a break from all of the stuff because it's all I've
Yeah.
listened to for like 3
Yeah.
weeks. So
Fair enough.
It's good to have a break.
Liz says that Fox has Trump with 105 and Kamala at 72. So
Yeah, until it calls
see.
Arizona.
Until they call it California.
No, I'm just making fun of Fox because
Bomb threat at the Government Services Center in Westchester, PA, where the mail-in ballots will be delivered.
Shocker.
Looks like the nonsense is going, friends.
All
so
right. Yay!
good luck and Godspeed. Thanks for joining us. Anna and I will be back this weekend.
What if that does anything special?
I guess not.
No. That's a bummer. It should
Yeah.
do something fun.
It should. But
I'll make it
thanks
rain
for coming,
again.
Aim. No rain. Oh, that just gave you a thumbs down that time.
All right.
No rain.
Thank-
We're gonna
thank
have a
you.
good night. It's gonna be
Okay.
great.
It's gonna be awesome. All of our
There we
wildest
go.
dreams will come true.
Fireworks.
Exactly.
Fireworks.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, friends. Thanks.
Bye.